moving on now to UCF and head coach George O'Leary. The Knights were 12-1 overall, 8-0 in the American Athletic Conference. UCF was ranked number 10 in the final AP poll and defeated Baylor 52-42 in the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. UCF has 49 letter winners, 17 starters returning from last year, and the Knights begin their 2014 season August 30th against Penn State in Ireland in a game played Eastern Time at 8:30 in the morning on ESPN2. Coach, thanks so much for joining us on the call today. Certainly no shortage of topics to talk about with you today. Take a minute to tie up how your spring went and how your preparations are going getting into. Hey, Coach, just recapping, just to give a brief recap of your off season. Wondering if you just give us a brief overview of how your spring went as you head into the 2014 season.
Well, I thought we got a very productive 15 days in the spring, and we have a bunch of guys back, so there was a lot of carryover from the past fall. But we still got a lot of work to get done, and obviously there's you only graduated the 7 seniors and the 2 kids that went out early, so there's a lot of players that have experience on the field. So we spent a lot of time on fundamentals, blocking and tackling, and basically make sure we secured those 2 areas and got better in those areas. And again, I'm looking for competition at all the positions. So I thought we had a bunch of younger kids really pushing some of the guys who had playing time, which I think is great, especially when you're heading into the conditioning part of your program right now. So again, I thought it was a productive spring, and looking forward to the next 12 weeks of summer conditioning.
Take questions for Coach O'Leary, please. Hit *1 on your telephone to join the queue, and then the operator will introduce you.
We'll take our first question from Shannon Owens with Orlando Sentinel.
Good afternoon, Coach O'Leary. How are you doing?
Fine.
With the addition of Nick Patty, are you looking forward to observing how he challenges the other quarterbacks for that spot?
Well, it was sort of limited because we're not allowed out there with them when they're going through Skelly and all those type things. So, I think I have enough seniors on the squad coming back next year that will report back as far as how things are going and those type things regarding the players and the positions and the detail that we're looking for in the springs, in the fall, so I think we'll be fine there. And, Nick Patty's just one of the 4 quarterbacks, and obviously, he doesn't have the knowledge that the other kids have from going through the fall and the spring. So I think it'll be a work in progress, but I've been very impressed with meeting him and just sitting down visiting with him, his knowledge of football. So, obviously he'll get an opportunity, and he'll make the best of it.
And you're obviously not alone in having some newer quarterbacks in that role. There are a lot of teams in the conference that have some young quarterbacks or are having some shifts in that position. Do you feel like this presents an opportunity for defenses to be much more aggressive at some of these teams with the younger quarterbacks?
No, I think the good coaches will manage the quarterbacks, and they won't put too much on the plate so that they can make use of, like ourselves, we have a lot of other guys with experience, whether at receiver or at running back, that that can manage the game and be productive players for us. So I think you got to just watch how much you put on the plate and who can move the chains and who has that fieldmanship that you're looking for on the field, and it can be a productive kid as far as the season is concerned. But I won't waste a lot of time, Shannon, making a decision on the quarterback. It won't be a tryout in preseason. I'll pretty much know the pecking order, and we'll go from there. And the kids that can move the team the best and give us the best opportunity to win will be under center at the Penn State game when we play over in Dublin, Ireland.
And what do you feel the American Conference has to do to stay in the spotlight and build on last year's success?
Well, all I can say about the American Conference is I think the national attention, because of the ESPN contract, really helped the conference out. There's no question that, as far as we were concerned, there was a lot of national games at great time schedule as far as the national public could see it, and I think that helped, no question. And I think the exposure that contract gave the American Conference was outstanding, and I think that's something that I know Mike Goretzko and the rest should be very proud of, that we're getting on TV, national TV, and that's so important. And whether it's getting good exposure or recruiting or just getting your brand out throughout the nation.
Okay. Thanks, Coach, and enjoy your afternoon.
Okay.
We'll take our next question from Desmond Connor from the Hartford Courant.
Hi, Coach. I just wanted to piggyback on that a little bit. Obviously, you won the crown here, but can you go back a little bit to when you guys were coming into the conference, and what the thinking was about how you guys would compete and all of that, and succeed, and talk about a little bit to these other teams coming in and what they can expect.
Well, the more teams that come in, I think it's a lot like the Conference USA. But I think it's a great conference. There's a lot of really good football coaches in the conference that, you better have your A game every week. And, it still goes down to competition and having the kids that can compete at the level that you need to compete at. And again, it starts up front with your lines and controlling things from there and goes back. But, we go into every game. We play 12 one-game seasons, and each game's a season, and they all have the same quality as far as we're concerned. And the big thing is to win, and that's what we have. One goal in the whole program is to win the conference championship. That's it. And so that's where everybody's focus is. And I think when you can limit stuff like that, I think it really helps because, as I tell the players, individual honors come from team wins, and they understand all that. So we've always been a we team, and I think a lot of teams right now that are struggling there's too many me guys around, guys worrying about themselves instead of worrying about the what's best for the team and becoming basically we guys in the program.
Great. Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
Coach, we thank you so much for the time today. I look forward to seeing you in the summer, and then as we get ready for the 2014 season. Thank you so much.
Okay. Good talking with you.